Well, today's inspiration I got from my, let me just line you up properly, from my leggings, believe it or not. So I decided I want to use these colors and create something crazy. So I'm just using a little MDF board. This is actually placemat. It's about, okay, so it's 30 millimeters and it's about 5 millimeters thick. So let's see what happens. So alright, so I'm speeding this up because, you know, it's it just goes on and on and on. You don't need to see or hear, but just for the newbies I thought I would include this in the video. I'm using some PVA glue mixed in, actually no, I tell a lie, I'm just using some acrylic sealer, yeah, any type that you would seal your paintings with, you know, when you're doing your acrylic artwork. So I'm just sealing the top, and I'm just adding a little blobs of just black acrylic paint because you know, I ended up losing it, but I had an idea before I started, and you know, I ended up going with something else. No matter. And I'm just using whatever I have extra on top because I put quite a bit on there, just to rub on the bottom of it. And I'm holding my hand right in the middle of the board, so I'm not putting any on there, otherwise it would stick to my holders underneath. Yeah, just it really helps when you seal the top and the bottom, and do it properly, not rushed like I've done here. So you do the bottom and the top. It just really minimizes the bubbles that you get, the air bubbles that come up, because MDF is porous and canvas is porous, so it's good to seal before you start pouring. Back in a sec. What I've got here is just some dirty cups. They've been used with resin, and these are great because the resin, if you leave them in these plastic cups, it kind of crackles. This is not crackling, it's just staying there as is, and it's not disturbing anything. So the colors I'm going to be using is a really nice blue. These are just some mixes that I've mixed myself, just so a really pretty blue, sort of a deepish blue. I'm going to do the whole, I think there's about 50 milliliters in this cup here. So anyway, I'll mix that later so you don't have to watch. I've got a really nice taffy pink. Look at that, it's really pretty. I'll pop that in this cup here. And some white. I don't want too much of this one. Oh yeah, I know, I'll have to mix up some more resin. Look at that, how pretty is this? It's a new color, and see how nice and smooth that is, stirring it in there now because of that resin that sort of coated the sides, so it's lovely. I need to get rid of all of that off the sides and just make sure it's all mixed. Right, and we're going to have the white. I might just mix the white in this cup here. Not too much white, just want a little bit of white. Angel white, of course. It does some really cool things to your resin, but if you want some really pretty effects as well, you can use the pearl white powder. Right, so that's going in there, and I'll pop you back in here and get a stirrer. Give you a bit of a stir. And so anyway, I will be back there. Oh yes, I was going to use a little bit of plum purple, but I'm worried that I'll probably get a purple with these two together, but I did want a liquid pigment to go in with these as well. So let me just think, I might just grab a different color. Okay, so I decided to go with a completely different color. I'm going to go with the contrasting color, so that is a citron yellow. Going to go in with that one, and oh, okay, this cup will do. Don't want too much of this one, actually. No, that's alright, I want to leave a little bit. So a couple of squirts are going to go in there, all depends on how. Oh, that was a real long squirt. And just want to see how. Oh, that mixes so beautifully with that resin in there. So anyway, oh, it's hard to see the actual colour because of that green inside there. Oh, bugger. Anyway, oh, that's nice. Okay, I'm going to need a little bit more. I'll be back after I mixed all of these. Okay, all mixed. I've got my citron yellow here. But I'm just going to show you a little trick that my friend Claudia uses all the time. So I'm going to show you just a little bit of pearl white going in that. And you can put it in any liquid pigment and then give it a little stir and watch it come to life. Hope it does. But I've seen her artwork and it's amazing. Yeah, I think because oh, look at that, just gave it a metallic, oh my god, could you even see that? It just turned it into a really beautiful transparent pearlescent pigment. How cool is that? I really like that. Alright, let's go. I've got this plastic underneath there because of the drippage, you know, so I can sort of pick it up. So anyway, but you can mix and match your, you know, your pigments. Once they're in resin, you can add different ones to it and you know, jazz the color up a little bit. No one's stopping you from doing that, and why not? Put a bit of gold in there. I usually put a bit of gold in there. Haven't actually tried the pearl white, but oh, it's pretty good. Alright, let's go. I don't have any clear left to rub on this, so I'm just going to go dry. Sorry, just cleaning up whatever I think. Okay, starting with that lovely blue, and at this stage I have no idea exactly like what I'm going to do, what's going to turn out, and it turns out completely different to, you know, what I sort of thought it might. But you know, no, like I said, I just let my hands do the job and let them be the instrument and the tool, and just let it reveal whatever it is. And I know it looks like a bit of a back to front S at the moment. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, I'm just going with that lovely candied orange liquid pigment mixed in with some of the pearl white, and it made it into a really nice, like a golden color. And that pink, it's so gorgeous. Like, I'm thinking as I'm going here, they look so great together, all of these colors, but I don't oh well, that looks a bit like yin and yang, doesn't it? But the top one started bleeding through, so I had to kind of smooth them out a little bit. But like I was saying about the pink, it ended up not really suiting what ended up happening here. But it's, you know, it's I'm still gonna leave some, because this is part 1 and I've already started working on part 2. You know, I just decided to keep a little bit of that pink because it looks nice. But look at it with that blue. Just looks like a bit of a wave from this angle. And of course, I was working the other way around, so to me, it just looked like a upside down wave, really. But I wasn't even thinking about it at the time. I was just going with it. I only realized that it looked like a wave, or a splash rather, this morning when I actually went to check it out and see how it turned out. And I flipped it over and I thought, wow, there's a dragon there and there is a splash. So that just opened up so many possibilities for me, which is very, very exciting. So I'm going here, I'm just adding a little bit of that the yellow, golden yellow in there, and I'm just using my skewer and just pulling that blue into the pink and that pink out into the blue to just create some sort of flow and movement, and just a you know, a little bit of heat gun on low first, and then I decided to put it on a higher speed and blast it a little bit. So you can see that it already starts to look a little bit like a dragon in there, you know, but as definitely there's a head and a body, curled body. So here comes the white. I always get a little bit nervous about that, the white, because it's it can take over. So I'm going around with the high speed now, and I kind of blew the head off the dragon, and I had a drip there. That's what I was pointing at. There's a drip, bugger. So yeah, just going with that white, and I'm just at this stage I'm just going with it. I'm not even looking at creating any sort of anything. I'm just looking at a bit of a balance, you know, balancing the colors and the composition a little bit. And to me it looked like at this stage it was going to be just like an abstract piece, and I was just going with it, and I've put that little blob of white in there. Don't ask me why. I think I was just going to kind of try and balance it with the top side, and then I go in and put a bit of that golden yellow in the middle of it, and it just looked like a fried egg, you know, sunny side up. So that's gonna go, friends. I mean, it would, you know, it's, I don't know, it looked alright, and I did it on the if you can look up the middle a little bit up towards the top, it actually looks like another little white creature with the eyes. I always see creatures in my pieces. Do you? I'm sure you do. There's always stuff, especially when you're doing things like abstract-ish. All kinds of things pop up, and then you're wondering, you know, what is it? So what I'm doing is I'm just pulling those lines out now, because I'm trying to create like a movement. To me, it's starting to look now like an ocean scene, and I'm adding a little bit of gold there to just kind of represent a bit of like fire, like a dragon blowing fire out of its mouth, and that looked good and actually stayed like that, which was great. But yeah, and now I am pulling lines and just creating, just kind of making that dragon come to life a little bit, and just creating movement. Really, it's all about movement to me when I'm doing paintings. I can't just put color down and leave it like that. It just doesn't work for me, you know. I need to pull the lines. I need to put my hands in there, and I need to swirl it, and I just feel like I need to create that movement, and I'm always led to do that. So there we go. There's just like movement, creating those lines, and you can see that it's doing something. It is it's adding to the piece. Okay, so it's almost there now for this one. Just adding the white here and there, and then that'll be it. Alrighty guys, here we go. She's looking great, all dried up. Look at my sunny side up fried egg there. It was supposed to be like some sort of a sunset, and these things here like a wave. I've turned it around the other way so that you know, this way just looks, to me it makes more sense, because we got this dragon like creature sort of jumping into the water, or splashing, curling, and bang into the water, and then you get these splashes. So I will do some more to this. I've got some real nice effects there. So next video I will be making sure to add more white and create, and maybe even some really nice teal green or something like that, to just make that look more like a real wave kind of thing. And yeah, and maybe add some more of the gold. See how that looks gold? it's actually looking quite golden. That's just that citron yellow and that pearl white. Amazing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to see how I develop this, fingers crossed, we you know, watch the next video coming up soon. Bye for now. So here's some pics of the end result, and please watch click on that the bell so that you can see the next video where I actually create a dragon looking creature, and you can see it here in the picture, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to finish it, and I hope, fingers crossed, that it works out well. Bye for now.